Let me share the 4 biggest reasons I've seen why people fail and why you're most likely going to fail unless you avoid these things. Okay. So, number 1, and these aren't in any specific order. These are just as they came to mind. Okay. And maybe at the end, I'll list these. They're 4 short ones. We'll talk about them. If anyone has any questions, by the way, get them in the queue. And I might have a little bit of time to answer questions at the end related to anything. Okay. We might do a little bit of question right there. So number 1 reason I have seen people fail and why you're most likely to fail is that you are going to get sidetracked. Okay. You are going to get sidetracked. Being an entrepreneur, having entrepreneurial tendencies is incredible. Like, I love it. Like, I see everything I see a business in it, right? Like everything, and it's amazing. Like I love it, but it's a catch-22 because you see a business in everything. And so you see a business in everything. And so every time you see something, you're just like, you're freaking jumping, man. And you're squirreling. We call it shiny object syndrome, right? You jump in, you're like, oh, this is dope. Okay. And guys, tell me if you can't relate to this. I got into a rank and rent program in 2016. Okay. By a year and a couple months later, I had a SEO agency / web development agency / social media management agency / swag freaking hustle / SaaS program hustle. No rank and rent. No, like, I mean, I had 1 or 2 deals, but I got in to do the rank and rent, and then got to be an easier thing. There's got to be a sexier thing. And I get it. I understand. This is like, literally yesterday I was talking to Francesca, who works for me. She does everything for me. And she was telling me about her dad's business. He does granite. He pulls granite out of mines or some shit in Italy. And she's like talking about this. I'm like, dude, that'd be so sick. And I'm like running through these ideas. I'm like, stop, Nick, stop. I don't have time. I'm not doing it. Okay. The number 1 reason that you're most likely to fail, and you probably will not ever succeed in this, is because you're going to get distracted. It might be something else. It might be another business opportunity. It might be Forex trading or MLMs or this or whatever. But more than likely, it's going to be a little nuance within rank and rent. Okay. You're going to get into rank and rent and you're going to be like, oh yeah. I just sold a client and all I'm doing is managing his GMB and I'm making $500 a month. And then all of a sudden you're in the business of managing GMBs. And I mean, guys, the possibilities are endless. And I've been there. The number 1 reason that you're most likely to not succeed is you're going to get sidetracked. So what I'm going to tell you right now is you have got to freaking figure out, what do you want your life to look like in a year? What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Okay. Because if it's just, hey, I want to make 10K, great. There's a lot of ways to make 10K. I was making 10K doing SEO and I was literally about to freaking burn it all to the ground. Okay. I want to make 10K and I want to be able to only deal with this amount of clients, and I want to be able to travel and not have to worry about it. That right there, you're going to look at it and go, okay, what are my options? Well, it's not SEO. It's not freaking website building. It's not this. It's rank and rent, right? And so I made that same mistake. And guess what? I thought I had this laptop lifestyle. Laptop lifestyle is dick if you can't enjoy your vacation without worrying if your client's going to cancel. I've been at Disneyland and gotten the call, hey, we're canceling. Okay, shit, it's a $4,000 a month client. And you're sitting there going, dude, like, do I say anything to my wife? Like, every time she buys the churro, the $5 churro or $7.50 churro, whatever it is, you're like, oh, dude, can we just like bring the PB&Js in the park? Right? I've been there. Sucks. Okay. You guys need to define, what do you want it to look like? Not just the amount, but what do you want the life to look like as well? Are you willing to sell your soul to make 20K? Because you can go make 20K a month in SEO. But I'm telling you right now, your hair is going to be grayer than mine. You're going to have ulcers and you're going to probably age about 10 years in one. Okay. Make sure to get some good serums and don't get sucked into MLM. So that's the number one. And these are the things, just so you guys know, I got sucked into, and I listed them. SEO, web builds. My buddy had a software company. I was like, shit, we'll just white label that and I'll sell it to all my clients. I was trying to peddle his software, and I was doing swag. And then, oh, guess what? You guys can take your websites that are doing well and you could start another business. Guys, your pool cleaning site, go start a pool cleaning company. Sick. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. And then I tried to do SaaS. I'm like, oh, go high level. They have this amazing thing. You can sell their product and it's sick. Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay. Every single person in here has experienced some level of this. And I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I get it. And you relate to that. Okay. So just the way to overcome this, define what the goal is. Where do you want to be at financially? How much per month? And set constraints around that. I want to be at this per month, but I don't want to have to answer to my clients. Okay. Okay, great. Go do lead gen. Go do rank and rent flat fee. Okay. Because if you're doing SEO, they own you. They got you by the balls, man. They got you. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas. It doesn't matter if you're at SeaWorld. It doesn't matter if you're in Africa. When they call, you better answer the damn phone. When it's rank and rent, you call the shots. Okay. That's number one. Number two reason you're most likely to fail is you won't see immediate success and you'll give up. Okay. That you won't see immediate success, and immediate is different for everybody. Okay. Depending on how you were sold. Sometimes you guys are sold like you're going to get a deal. Like, oh, this guy right here, he got a deal and he's at whatever. And in 3 months, he's at this and this. Every single person that joins my flat fee mastery program, I tell them the same thing. I say, hey, is it possible for you to do 8 deals in 25 days like Linda? Yes. Is it possible for you to be at 30K like Jerry and Eugene and Bora? Yes. Am I going to sell you on that? Absolutely not. And I set the expectations because I don't want that. But a lot of you guys, your expectations are you're going to get in, you're going to squeak in the door on a payment plan on their program, whatever, and on their rank and rent bullshit. And you think that literally in one day or 1 week, you're going to make millions. Okay. And maybe not millions, but you think you're going to be at 10K in a month. Okay. And then what happens is you get out on the streets, you get out and you get fed to the wolves and you get your ass kicked. Okay. You call the first business owner because those programs don't teach you how to sell, by the way, just FYI. You call the first business owner and your ass is literally handed to you. And you're like, dude, I'm a grown adult. And I just got they just handed me my ass on a silver platter, and he's like a 25-year-old kid, right? And all of a sudden you get your motivation is dinged. Okay. And I literally see this all the time. People come in, their guns are blazing, they're excited, they're going all in, got these goals, they're doing the thing, they lose a deal, and next thing you know, they're like, oh shit, well, let me take a day off, let me take a week off. And next thing you know, you're like, dude, where's that guy at? Where's that girl at? Start looking around, haven't seen a post in about 3 months. You hit them up, yo, what's up? Yeah, man, blah, 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 blah. And they're gone. Okay. And they're just off to the next thing. And I'll tell you guys what, yeah, that sounded right. I lost my very first deal of 2022 a couple days ago. Okay. Very first deal. No shit. Very first deal that I've got on a Zoom call with, and I lost it. And my initial reaction, keep in mind, I have not lost a deal in 2022. I got a lot of momentum, like to the point I was telling my crew in Flat Fee Mastery, I was like, guys, I would get off of calls and my wife would say, hey, did you get the deal? And I would literally give her the evil eye or roll my eyes and say, why the hell are you asking me a question you already know the answer to? Of course I got the deal. Don't insult me. That's how cocky and arrogant and confident I was. And I lost the deal. Okay. I missed a step. I actually didn't miss a step. I started checking boxes. Another conversation. Anyway, I lost the deal. Guess what my very first knee-jerk reaction was? Okay. Talking about a guy, I made over $100,000 a month just from my agency since July of 2020. Okay. I have lost very few deals in the last 12 months. I have lost no deals in 2020, 2022. I lost the deal. Guess what the first thing I wanted to do? I wanted to go into the bedroom over here and take a nap. Shit you not. Like, I can't even help but laugh. My first thing, I was like, I'm going to go take a nap. And then I'm like, no, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, I'm going to go get one of these cold monsters and I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive around. And I'm going to think about what I did wrong. That was my first reaction, guys. So I get it. And I did not do that. What I did is what I would tell you to do, which is I got back on the phone and I ended up getting another deal that day. Okay. But it happens. Okay. So I see this happen all the time. People come in, guns blazing, and it happens. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys that the way that you're going to combat this, the way that you got to look at this is you have to commit to doing this for at least 12 months. From whenever you start, you got to say, hey, I'm going to go all in on this for 12 months. And I'm not just going to be a part of this. I'm going to go all in for 12 months. Okay. I'm going to follow the whatever process is laid out. Okay. I'm going to build the sites. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do the ranking, whatever, right? I'm going to commit 12 months. And if in 12 months I've gone all in and I'm still not on the trajectory I want to be, then I think you deserve to take a second look. But that doesn't happen. If you commit to 12 months, really commit, you would stay with it because you'd see, you only need one deal to see how awesome this is. You need one deal to realize, hey, I don't really have to call this business owner. This is so low maintenance. This is so easy. How do I get more of these? How do I get more of these? How do I get more of these? You only need one. The problem is people, they quit after one, or they quit after a month, they quit after 2 months, or they quit after 3 months. Give it 12 months. And everyone that joins my program, I tell them this, I say, look, commit to me for the next 12 months. Commit to me, follow what I'm saying, cancel out the noise, cancel out the SEO, the web builds, all the other shit, and silence all the other groups. You've paid me. Commit to what I'm saying. Give me 12 months. Okay. I'm not going to ask you for any more money. You already paid me, but just do what I'm saying for 12 months. Because if you do, you are going to succeed. You got to give me 12 months though. Okay. And I'm telling you, the second most like the reason you're most likely to fail, the second reason, is because you are going to not get success immediately and you're going to give up. You're going to give up. And it usually doesn't start off as, oh, I lost the deal, I'm done. It starts off as, I lost the deal, I'm going to take a day off. And then it goes to 2 days off, and then it's 3 days off. And then all of a sudden you're back into where you were before and nothing changed except for you paid money, but you didn't follow through. Give it a freaking fair shake. Even if you're not in my stuff, if you've bought a program, okay, I don't care whose it was, give it a fair shake. Give it a fair shake before you just cancel out, before you say, hey, it doesn't work, because it does work. I promise it does. Okay, number three. Number three most likely, I can't even say that. The third most like, what? I don't even know how to say it. I'm from Peril, my voice hurts. Let me see how I would construct the sentence. The third most likely reason that you will fail is because you will get hung up on a minor detail. Okay. You will get hung up on a minor detail, and that will derail you. Okay. So I got 2 examples. One of those examples is my brother. Okay. Love my brother to death. My brother's a cop and he's been doing that forever. He's really good at that. Like, I couldn't be a cop. I'm a scaredy cat. Like, I love watching cartel stuff and murder stuff, but I'm comfortable right here. I'm not for that. He's good at that. And because of his job, he works like 3-4 days and then he has 3 days off. And so I get into this, start making money. And I'm like, dude, like, bro, get into this. Get into this. It's like, I'm like, just like, I don't know, like, go build some sites, whatever, right? I'm like, I want you to do this as well. And you can do it. And then the days you're not working, you don't have to be tied to the clients. And I get him in, yeah, whatever. He gets in and I call him like, I don't know, a couple weeks later. I'm like, bro, what's the latest, dude? And guys, I gave him the niche. And like, he's my brother, right? He's my blood. So I'm like, I'm telling him the niche. I'm like, dude, I researched the city. The city's good. I'm giving him all kinds of ideas. I'm like giving him my tools. Like, I'm like, dude, I just want him to succeed. Call him a couple weeks later. And I'm like, dude, what's the latest, man? Did you did you get a site going? Did you pick whatever? And he's like, dude, like he's like, I know this sounds lame, but he's like, I just keep getting hung up on the niche. It's like, and guys, he's very much the type where if he buys something on Amazon, like if he was going to buy like this Remarkable right here, which you can't buy on Amazon, but if he was going to buy this, dude, he would research, he would look at every review. If there's 500 reviews, he'd read all of them. And he would then look at all the comparables. And he's like, I'm just hung up on the niche, man. And I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? I gave you the niche. I gave you the city. Shit, I got a client in mind that you could call. And he's like, okay, whatever. I know I need to do it, right? Year goes by, nothing. Calls me. He's like, dude, I'm going to do this. Let's go. Let's get back in. What are your passwords, your tools? Again, he's like, this time it's real. Gets a desk, puts it in his house. A couple weeks later, I call him like, bro, what's up, man? What are you doing? What'd you get? Same freaking story. To this day, no websites, no money coming in, nothing. To this day, okay? Got hung up on the niche. Second example. In my program in Flat Fee Mastery, I started doing this last week, okay? On my calls at the end, I thought, you know what? I want to add some tremendous value to this group that you can't get anywhere else. And I thought, what is the most valuable thing in the world to me? What is the most valuable thing I could give them? And the thing that's most valuable to me is my time. And I was like, okay, what would your time be worth? If somebody said, hey, can I buy an hour of your time? Straight up, if you said, hey, somebody messages me today and says, I'll buy an hour of your time for $1,000, I will tell you to fuck off. Okay. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to trade my time for dollars. Okay. Period. I'm not in that business. Okay. And so I said, I'm like, okay, that is my that's the thing that I value the most. So I'm going to give that. So I started giving away, as of last week, 30-minute coaching sessions, completely free. I just said at the end, I'm going to choose one person at random. You're going to get a 30-minute coaching session. Right. And the reason I do that is because I want people to get on the lives. And the reason I want them to get on the lives is because I want them to get the information so they can go get deals. And the reason I want that to happen is because then I can interview them in this group. And then you guys can see the deals that we're getting. And then I think you get the point, right? Anyway, last week was our first week. Saturday, I connected with this guy, and I'm not going to share his name, but he was super cool. He shared in the group what he learned from our call. But I get on the phone and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? What's up? What's the deal? And he's like, yeah. And he dives right in. He's like, so I got to ask you, on the due diligence process. And then he goes on, he starts ripping, and then he goes, and then GMB rankings, and he starts asking me about ranking GMBs and the due diligence. And I'm like, okay, let's pause. Okay. I said, I'm going to answer those questions. Okay. I told you I'd answer any question. I don't care if you ask me about whatever. I don't care. I'll answer it. But before I do that, let me ask you this. How many people have you got on a Zoom call? None. Okay. How many people have you got hooked? Have you got on trial? And I think it was like 1 or 2. Okay. I'm like, look, dude, I'm going to answer those questions because they're good questions, but you're asking the wrong questions. You are literally asking me, I'll try not to swear, but you're asking me about the fucking GMB. Are you serious? You're asking me about the GMB. Okay. That does not make you money. We're not doing pay per lead. That does not make you money. And he was asking me about citations or ranking. I don't even know what it was. I said, look, dude, you're missing the point. You're getting hung up on the GMB, and you're getting hung up on this thing and that thing and all this due diligence, whatever, right? That is in the training. Okay. And it was a question that was already answered. I just needed to clarify. I said, you're missing the point. And he's been in, and I'm like, dude, you've been in for a couple of weeks, man. What's going on? And I very quickly identified, dude, you're not doing the thing. You're getting hung up on this little micro detail that doesn't freaking matter. Stop. Okay. You will, the third thing is you will get hung up on something very stupid. Okay. You can't pick a niche. You can't figure out the form on Weebly. You can't figure out the Beaver Builder on WordPress. You can't figure out how to get CallRail going because you live in Australia. You can't, I'm telling you guys, you think I'm joking? These are the things that are hanging people up. And guess what it leads to? It leads to inaction, and inaction over a period of time leads to quitting. I'm telling you guys, these are the most simplest things ever. That is the third thing I've seen that hangs people up. It's something very ridiculous and stupid. And, or this, yeah, I just want to make sure to get all my processes in place, and I want to get my VA, and I got to get whatever. And then I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to get all my lists built. It's like, dude, just do the thing. Just do the freaking thing. Okay. That is number 3. Okay. And the sad part is a year later, they're in the same position. They're in the exact same position they were in the year before. Okay. Last one, number 4. The fourth thing, and the fourth reason why you'll most likely fail at this, is because you will be too prideful and unwilling to ask for help. Okay. You will be too prideful and unwilling to ask for help. I have been on both sides of the coin. Okay. I've been on both sides of the coin. Let me give you an example. I bought this is funny. I didn't even mention this. One of the programs I bought, one of the services I offered was I bought an ad. I can't believe I forgot this. I bought a Facebook ads course. Okay. On lead gen with Facebook ads, right? Of course, just whatever. I buy everything. And I bought this, and I bought it with a partner because I take that back. Sorry, rewind. A couple of years before that, I was like, you know what? I was trying to figure out my process and trying to figure out how I was going to get deals. And I was like, I got to learn Facebook ads, right? Got to learn them. And so I just started going into YouTube videos and started doing all this stuff. And I was like, I'm going to learn this because I don't want to have to, pay somebody. I don't want to have to pay a contractor. I don't want to have to, whatever. And I don't want to reach out to people because like, they're not, whatever, they're going to be weird about it. Right. And so I just was like too prideful. I'm like, I'm just going to learn Facebook ads. I can do it. I'm a smart guy. I can do this. I started going down the Facebook ads path. Guys, I spent hours and hours on just the basic stuff. I think I was watching like not Alex Becker, Miles Becker or something. I don't know. Anyway, nada. Right. So luckily I wisened up. A couple of years later, I wanted to do the same thing. Wasn't the right move because I shouldn't have been chasing the shiny object, but I at least wisened up. And I said, okay, this time I'm going to just get the course. And I also don't really want to do it. So I'm going to bring a partner in on the deal. And I got this kid and I was like, hey, we're going to partner 50-50 and I'm going to buy it. You're going to watch it and I'm going to have you do my shit. And that's what I did. And it worked out well in the sense that I've used the Facebook ads for my business, but as far as selling it as a service, I really haven't made any money. Okay. And so even in this group, I have seen I can think of 2 examples off the top of my head. Okay. The first one I'm not going to share, but this person got on a call with me. This is right in the beginning, like in December, when we first started this group, we first started Flat Fee Mastery. And he's like, dude, I'm excited and all the stuff. And he's like, okay, here's the things I don't know. And he's like, this, all related to sales into the process. I was like, cool. Guess what, bro? Got this thing. It's called Flat Fee Mastery. Been doing that shit for 2 years. Here it is. Here's the price. And the sad part is the price was pretty negligible at the time because we were just starting. And he's like, you know what, man? I think I got this. He's like, I'm good. He's like, and no disrespect. And he wasn't disrespectful. He's like, I think I got this. He's like, I'm going to go learn this. And I was like, cool. Yeah, no, we're good, man. And so he went off and I actually jumped just to check. I jumped in right before on my way home and I looked this kid up. Gone. Ghost. Nothing. I haven't seen a post in this group for months. Okay. And by the way, I followed up with him and I was like, hey, how things going? Checking in. He's not doing anything. Right. On the other side of the coin is I'm going to put a little spotlight on Neil Ridge. So Neil Ridge is hilarious. He hits me up. He's like, bro, I need a sales process. He's like, I know how to rank a site. I know how to get a lead, etc. It's like, I need a sales process. So he fills out an application. I'm like, all right, let's jump on a Zoom, went through his stuff. And he texts me, he's like, dude, I know this sounds like really whatever, but I think I'm just going to try this on my own. I'm going to do this on my own. So I'll hit you up in a couple months if it doesn't work out. I'm like, all right, dude, like you're the one that filled out the application. Anyway, to his credit, and by the way, you guys know, I'm giving Neil a hard time. Neil's kicking ass. Neil is last I checked, he was at 6, maybe 8K. Like somebody, I think I can't even keep track. I think he's at least, I know for sure he's at 6K per month. And he was at nothing when he joined. And I think he's at 8 because somebody I was talking to the other day is like, yeah, didn't you see his post? I think he's at 8K. 3 days after he told me that, he's like, hey man, I changed my mind. Let's go. Got on the phone and the rest is history. So guys, it's not that you need to go and buy shit. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you that people, I don't know why people have it in their head. They think people are going to be just like, if you reach out and ask for help, you reach out and ask a question, they've had one bad experience and they just don't do it. And I had the same thing happen. I had a guy in another group and he didn't have a program. He was one of the sales guys for that program. And I hit him up and I was like, dude, what do you do in this situation? And I sent him a message and his response, no lie, was, bro, that's a pretty big. I was like, hey, if you have 2 seconds, even a voice memo, whatever. His response, I'm not kidding. I can screenshot this. Actually, I won't. I don't want to throw him under the bus. But he said, bro, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. I don't, if you want to get like, jump on it. I do time slots, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, screw you, man. So, and I took that one experience and it made me so I never wanted to ask anyone for help again. I never wanted to message anyone. I was like, screw everybody. I'm doing it on my own. Okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah. And guys, I'm not saying this like, yeah, there is a fast way to do it. Go into Flat Fee Mastery. The case studies are here, but that's not the only thing, right? Don't be afraid to ask people. There's other people, every single thing that you need to know, somebody else knows it. Every single thing, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's a perfect script, whether it's a close, whether it's hey, they said this, I want to say this, whether it's how do you, whatever, down to like, how do you work out? Everything you want to know, somebody else has the answer. And the cool part about this group is we have whatever, almost 1,000 people now, all chasing a similar goal. Some of us have a bigger goal of, that we want to do a lot more per month. Some of us is smaller, but we're all trying to create assets that pay us without us having to sell our time for money. So reach out. The biggest mistake I made in my first group is I thought everyone was out to get me. I had people adding me as friends and I was like, oh, they're going to steal my niches. They're going to ask me questions. And like, I added a few and then I went and purged it. I was like, oh, you're affiliated with that group. And I deleted everybody. At one point, I deleted everybody that was affiliated with this specific group because I was so worried they were going to steal my stuff. I'm not kidding. And now I'm the exact opposite. Reach out to people, ask them for help, jump on these calls, jump on the training, go get on the list. Guys, if you want to speed it up, the answer to speeding that shit up. Right? I have a program, it's called Flat Fee Mastery, but don't be so freaking prideful that you won't ask for help and that you're like, I got to do it myself. One of my favorite artists, rap artists is a guy named Russ. And he has this song, it's called Do It Myself. And I think I listened to that song, like, I don't know, 1,000 times in a month when it came out or when I discovered it. And then I started getting in my head. I'm like, dude, I do everything by myself and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? It's not possible. If you want to build something big, you're not going to be able to do it all by yourself. Okay. You just aren't. So quit being so damn prideful. Okay. Put your pride down for a second. Go hit up that person that is kicking freaking butt right now and go ask them and make sure you're bringing value to them and not just sucking their time. And please, if I see one message and someone says, hey, can I just pick your brain? If I get a message from anyone that says, hey, this person asked me to pick, if I could pick my brain, I'm going to freaking come after you. That is the worst thing you could say. I hate that line. Don't say that. Okay. So guys, those are the 4 things I've observed, literally thousands of people. These are the top 4 reasons why they failed and why you are most likely to fail. So the question is, Like, let's figure out ways. And I gave you solutions. How do we avoid those? Number one, don't get sidetracked. Number two, don't give up after not having immediate success. Number three, don't get derailed by minor freaking details. Number four, don't be so damn prideful that you won't ask for help. You won't reach out for help. You won't go pay for help. You won't go do things for help. Those are the top four. Okay. I'm telling you right now, this isn't like, as always, this is from experience. This is from observation. This isn't like, oh, those are some cute little things to say. These are literally friends of mine. These are the reasons they got hung up. Family members of mine. These are the reasons they got. And guys, I want more than anything for them to get deals. I would love, and like bad enough that I would literally go and take a client, get a site, put it all together and give it to them, but it doesn't teach them anything and they won't value it. Like I really want them to succeed. It's not like I didn't refer them to this program like, hey, I want to make affiliate commission, because guess what? I didn't get paid anything on that affiliate. Okay. I wanted them to succeed. And these are the reasons they failed. And again, the reason I'm telling you this is because I want to be real with you guys. If you're in this, you're thinking about doing this, these are the things you need to avoid. If you're in this and you're thinking about quitting, these are the things. I'm guessing one of these things more than likely is something you're dealing with, right? I was in this from 2017 when I got serious till 2019, almost 2 years. And I was this close to just giving up, just throwing in the towel. And luckily I pulled my freaking head out and I said, you know what? I want to get 100K a month. And if I don't own my own business and I don't own the thing and I'm just a sales guy, it's not ever going to happen. I got to figure this out. And it's got to be lead gen. I know it's not SEO. I know it's not PPL. I know it's not commission. It's got to be flat fee deals, period. And that's why Flat Fee Mastery was born. And I was this close. If you would have told me, Nick, 2020, you're going to make $1 million. That's gross, by the way, just being straight. You're going to get your pool started, you're going to build a house, you're going to get real estate, you're going to pay off $60,000 in debt. It's laughable. It's laughable. And I post my tax returns in the damn group because I want you guys to know, first of all, those are real numbers. Second of all, I didn't make that money from selling a program. I did it by doing this, by building little websites that I rent out to business owners all across the nation. And the leads go directly to them. And I put their card on file with Stripe and I charge them weekly. And every single day, whether I work or not, I make money. In fact, I would love really quick before I jump into questions, I'm going to tell you guys, I've spent 1 hour on my business, my lead gen business today. Actually, it's about an hour and a half. I closed 2 deals. And by the way, these were already teed up, as you can imagine. And today, let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. All right. Today, oh, my account's activated on my phone. I checked earlier this morning, and as of this morning, I had made like $1,500 or $1,800 without working one single minute. And then I worked an hour and a half this afternoon. But that's the power of this stuff, guys. It's incredible.